fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas.
Yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me.
But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding General, your honor. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my I can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talkin' shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
We live.
Yeah, we live. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
I heard you. Damn. Okay.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
Yeah, I got you.
2 up.
Facebook.
Check some real quick.
I don't know why I do that.
All right, we good. Shoot, let's get the most high hand. And the honor hand.
Right.
Captains, officers, troopers, young men, and the sisters.
And the sisters.
All right. We got Tuesday Brotherhood class.
Right.
You know what I mean? We back again with another one. Hope we get a hot topic. Oh, the water sis. Thank you. Appreciate it. The water. You know what I'm saying? We got my brother Latazar up in here right now. Look at that brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, hot topic today, man. Anybody know what today is?
Come on, somebody.
Anybody know in the chat? What is today? Like 10 seconds.
You all right?
10 seconds. We gonna get on it. Anybody know what day it is? While you getting that in the chat, I like to follow up with a story.
Let's get it.
So, you know what I'm saying? Mom Dukes, you know what I mean? My mom, she's an elderly lady, you know what I'm saying? A sweet old woman, you know what I mean? Never leaves the house, you know what I mean? Never steps out of the house, always stays in, you know what I mean? Watches her stories and, you know what I mean? Things of that nature, but never leaves, you know what I'm saying? So if she was to, for some reason, you know what I mean? We find out that she ended up stepping out the house today, which was very unusual, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dressed up in our finest apparel.
Oh, what?
So we come, so we like, hey, Mom Dukes, what? You left the house? What? Where you heading to? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the answer was to go vote. Oh, when you look at that situation, you know what I mean?
2024.
2024, going out, and that the thing that I could think of that really just crossed my mind is that the what is it? What's his name again? Orgy Mike. The Orgy Mike syndrome is still decaying our people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Orgy Mike is still in the spirits and hearts of our people. You know what I'm saying? So Mom Dukes gets up, you know what I mean? She questioned me like I did, like I'm saying something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, well, why you asking? Like, of course, I'm getting up. Are you gonna go vote? I'm like, hell no, I'm not gonna go vote. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I'm like, ooh, what is it that is benefiting you as far as getting up and going out to go vote?
Right.
And the answer that she relies back to me is like, because people died, so we would have the rights to go do it. I'm like, okay, so how did that benefit? So they died. She says they died for you to be able to get up and go have the rights to go vote. And I'm all like, okay, so how did that benefit you? Or how did it benefit me? Like, what is it that you're doing in this action that's benefiting your life or my life? You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing about it was, oh yeah, well, there was a time period where we weren't treated like humans. It gives you the right to be considered a human. I'm like, so you didn't think of yourself as a human? You know what I mean? Like, or you didn't think of your peers as a human? It's just like, who was it that didn't treat you like a human, that you felt like you needed to be considered a human? And same answer, just, oh yeah, well, just having the rights to be considered a human. And I'm like, from who? Who is it? Who, like, from you? Did you not think of yourself as a human? Did you not think of Black people as humans?
Right.
Or what is it that you feel like these people died for? So I just wanted her to answer the question because I already knew the answer.
Yeah, of course.
White people. That's who you want to be considered a human to.
Did she answer?
No, she danced around it. Danced around the whole situation.
That's oppression.
It's more so knowing where I'm going with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to beat the demon up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to box that demon to the, you know what I mean? The demon, not my mom. The demon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that mentality of thinking that our people have some type of how can I say? We won't even formulate ourselves as human beings unless the white man approves it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless the white man says we are humans, we won't formulate it. Now, the one thing that we did actually, I'll be real quick with this too, Alonzo. The one thing that we did see eye to eye on is that the oppression was coming from the same oppressor. So the thing that we didn't see eye to eye on was the conclusion to what is the benefit of what Black people needed when it came to this oppression. You know what I mean?
Right.
She felt like, oh yeah, well, we did what we had to do as far as getting rights to be accepted. I said, you know what I mean? The best thing you could have did was not be accepted by people who was actually abusing you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like common sense would tell you that. You wouldn't sit over there. You don't want to be accepted from your abuser. You want to get the hell away from them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't want to initiate yourself with them. You want to completely separate yourself from them so you can stop yourself from being abused. Why would you even want to affiliate yourself with an abuser? You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Lazo.
If I may, I was talking to Officer the Walker Boy last week when I saw him. I forget what topic we were talking about, but when you ask them, like, they don't have another plan. They don't have any solution. If you can ask that question, it's like, you should get away from your abuser, or should you get away from your abuser, or should you try to join into your abuser? They don't have a definitive answer because they don't have a solution. The reason why they don't have a solution, not only because of Orgy Mike, but because of the Black Christian Church.
Right.
That is why you have no solution to any problem you have. And I really thought about it today when we talked about the topic, and I really thought about, why do Black people vote? Why do Hispanics vote? Why do Native Americans vote? Why do we vote? And we'll get to the Stockholm Syndrome in a minute, because that's definitely part of the answer. But why do we vote? It's like, what other choice do we have? Like, what solution? We have problems. We've been having problems our whole lives. That's why Black people are 70 and 80 years old voting. Because 70 and 80 years, they've had problems.
Right.
They voted themselves into more and more problems. And every time they vote, you know what's funny? They're not even looking for a solution now. They know that there's no solution. Once you hit 70, you know, hey, this is just what it is. My life is full of turmoil and stress and problems. And I'm going to keep voting and voting and voting every 2 to 4 years. And I'm never going to get any answer. And I'm just going to keep doing it over and over and over again. I'm going to vote, and I'm never going to get out the ghetto. I'm going to vote. I'm never going to get rightfully judged by the justice system. I'm going to vote, and my child is going to get shot down by the police. I'm going to vote, and you're going to take all the neighborhood jobs out of my neighborhood, and you're going to replace them with people who are over me. I'm going to vote, and you're still going to pull me out of my car and beat me half to death. I'm going to vote, and you're still going to stop and frisk me. They know that. But in their mind, and because of the Black Christian Church, there's no solution. They have to vote. What they're gonna not vote? They're gonna not look for a solution? It's like a person who's in pain. He's gonna not get high. He has to get high because he has no solution. But here's the kicker: we're the solution. Right. God is the solution to all your problems. Here's where you find out about God. You've been voting your whole life and nothing has changed. You're a 78-year-old woman going to vote. You're an 82-year-old man going to vote, and you still have the same problems, and your sons have the same problems, and your grandsons have the same problem. Nothing has changed, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to persuade and coerce them to vote, and guess what? Next thing you know, they're going to look up. They're going to be 78 and 82 years old as well, voting with the same goddamn problem. That's why you need to get your behind in here. That's why we can. Your problem is you don't see a solution because you haven't seeked the solution. You haven't. No one has gave you a solution. No one has gave you an alternative to not voting. Your alternative to not vote is to serve the Lord. That's your alternative. Right. It's not hard. It's like, I digress.
You jumping. Calm down, my brother. I know. Let's dissect this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this real quick. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Honestly, that is the solution. But just going into the dissection of the whole thing,
right?
I mean, what truly is the thing that forced our people to feel like we had to die in order for acceptance.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like, what did that? Because I feel like it's the whole, like we was talking about on the interviews that we had with prison officer at the Walker Bar. You know what I'm saying? About things going viral, things being the norm, and following the trend. I feel like the whole MLK thing was just a trend.
It's a
People
trend.
didn't know, but just like you were saying, people didn't know what they needed for the solution. All we knew is that we were being abused.
Right.
We were being oppressed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We didn't know what the solution was, so we was just following the wave of what it took to be able to find some type of solution from this oppression. People really thought that things would get better after rights or so-called rights were given to so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But honestly, all it did was give them an opportunity to be able to manipulate us and to infiltrate our abilities of being workers or being able bodies. Like people, like our people, we go out and vote without anything, without just a handout, not knowing that the whole thing and getting into the dissect of this whole thing. Voting is a sport. It's the white man's sport.
Right.
It's a sport. It's no different than playing golf, basketball, football, baseball, hockey. It's no different. It's a sport.
Right.
I mean, Esau is not known for their physical attributes. They're
Right.
known for their manipulation and thinking mentality. So they're using certain things to use as sports, which politics is a sport. It's a sport for them. So what is their main goal and what is their job? To manipulate the people into agreements that you're going to be the one who, that's why there's two separate parties. If we were one nation under God, there would just be one party. You know what I'm saying? Everybody would be dancing on the same accord.
Right.
The reason why there's two separate parties is because this is a white man's sport. This is what he does in order to, you know what I mean? It's just no different than what we do when we buy time playing basketball or playing football or playing baseball or, you know what I mean? Anything like that. It's the same with them. They're not in a physical realm. They're in a thinking realm. So their job is manipulation. How do we manipulate the people into you liking me? Now, as far as where the system goes and what we give the people, it's all going to be the same on either side. You know what I mean? We're gonna do what we can do to get this money and make people feel good and make them feel like we actually have a solution for them. But all in all, at the end of the day, how do I get you to like me more? Knowing that I'm a piece of crap, knowing that my intentions are never good, how do I get you to like me? And it's been the same formulation over and over. It's a mind game in a sport, like playing chess. You know what I'm saying? So our people, we not even showing up to the sport with no equipment. We just came and just bear our goods without even knowing that this is a sport. And that's why I say the orgy Mike syndrome. You know what I mean? Because it takes away the balance of why are you giving these people your agreements if they gave you nothing to agree to?
Right.
They have never offered anything to our people. They have never tried to make a solution to the oppression that we've been given for these last decades. You know what I'm saying? So why are we just so quick to play their game if we're not even a part of, we're not even on the field? You know what I'm saying? Like at least certain different races have the mentality to step in and be like, you know what? You give me this, give us approval to business loans, and we'll vote for you. At least they have that mentality. These are people outside of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans,
Right?
And because both parties want to get rid of immigrants, just meaning the Isupk brothers and sister immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Or Levi brothers and sister immigrants, not the Ukraine immigrants, not the, you know what I mean? What do you call them again? Gaza immigrants. They ain't worried about them. They worried about, you know what I mean, the brothers coming from Mexico, the brothers and sisters coming from Haiti. You know what I mean? That's the only people that they worry about. Both parties are on full task form to get rid of what they call aliens.
Right.
But all in all, at the end of the day, their whole goal has not been to appease anything about our people. and they don't care because all in all, at the end of the day, we're going to get up and we're going to go dress up in our finest satin and silks and go feel like we accomplished something out of the daytime by going and standing in a long line to go vote for somebody who has absolutely no interest in our people, no interest in helping our people out, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you dissect that? How do you dissect that when it comes to that mentality? Because we don't even know it's a game. We don't even know it's a sport. We just do it because we're following the how can I say, the line dance. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing onto each other's hips, making our way to the voting booths, not expecting anything done for our people, just to do it just because now we have the right to do it. You know what I mean? Which is like, okay, this. They don't even need to do nothing no more.
Right.
They brainwashed us so much to the point where it's just like, all right, feed them a couple of, you know what I mean, social media interviews and a couple of, you know what I mean, just things like that. Just show that their people support them, and they'll just get up and go vote.
Right.
Without no problem. Take the day off of work to go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you feel about that? I just to get into dissection of things.
Yeah, here's how I feel about it. Voting's a sin. hey, let's just call a spade a spade. You want that? It doesn't matter how I feel about it. How does the Lord feel about it? It's a sin. You are a sinner if you're gonna wake up and go vote for someone who doesn't give a damn about you.
Right.
I don't think they even know it's a sin. That's why we like to pull precepts in this school.
Well, let's do it then, my brother, because I'm pulling mine right now.
All right. I'm going to Deuteronomy. Let me hit with Deuteronomy right quick.
Hold on. You going to Deuteronomy 15? No, Deuteronomy 17?
17,
15?
Sir, 17, 15.
All right, well, we on one accord, my brother. Because
you know it. Let's get it. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. Mm-hmm. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. Mm-hmm. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Right. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Yeah, that's a commandment from the Lord.
That's a commandment. That's a law.
In your mind, you think voting is a righteous thing to do. You think choosing an oppressor. Here's what you do. You pick the lesser of the two evils and say, that's who I want over me. You should just stay out the way. You should stay out the way. You should let Americans vote for their American president. Here's what's funny. Americans even follow that rule. White Americans is not going to allow no French white man to come over here and be president. Mm-hmm. They need a man born in America, has American citizenship. That's who they need to be their president. You don't even follow that.
Right.
You don't follow that.
Right.
You think in your mind, hey, I'm gonna vote for the least wicked white man, and all my problems are gonna be solved. That's what you think. No, you're wrong, and you're a sinner, and God hates you. I hope you know that. God hates sinners. If you did not know that, that's in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 6. Stop sinning. And it's so funny. They do it out of routine. It's not even, and Karatazai and myself, we had this conversation. People at this point, they just sin out of routine. They sin because it's just habit now.
Right.
It's a 30-year habit.
Right.
It's a 40-year habit. They're not going to just break that habit because you tell them to. Because the Lord, who they think they know, but they have no idea who he is, because you want to actually present to them who the Lord is, and you tell them the Lord says that's a sin to vote. They'll think you out your mind. Your righteousness is constraining their quote unquote freedom to vote, as if you're strangling them by telling them not to vote, when in actuality you're trying to save their lives.
Right.
We just read it in Deuteronomy, the 17th chapter, 15 verse. You can't set a man king over you that is not of your brethren. They don't even understand how the Lord works. They don't even understand that the Lord will make brothers cast lots to set people over him. If I may, I have another precept since I'm speaking about casting lots. People forget about it in the book of Acts. Well, even the disciples, right? Judas was a disciple that left. Judas turned his back. So they had to fill that seat for the 12th seat for the disciples.
Mhm.
How did they do that? You think they voted? That's not what they did. They cast lots. They shot dice. I'm going to prove it if you don't believe me. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse, let me start at verse 15. And in those days, Peter stood up in the midst of the disciples and said, the number of names together were about 120. So there was 120 men. Men and brethren, this scripture must needs have been fulfilled, which the Holy Spirit by the mouth of David spake before concerning Judas, which was guide to them that took Jesus. I'm going to drop down to verse 23. Select. And they appointed two. So these men, the disciples, they looked at two men that were high rank, high stature, good, a good relationship, a good rapport with people. They looked at two men, and they appointed two. Joseph called Barsabbas, who was surnamed Justus, and Matthias. So Barsabbas and Matthias come up. These are two high-ranking men. These are two men that everybody sees that has good rapport, and they're going to make him the 12th disciple to take Judas's spot, because we know Judas was the biggest traitor on the planet Earth. Verse 24, Acts 1 and 24. And they prayed and said, Thou Lord, which knowest the hearts of all men, show whether these two thou hast chosen. They're not voting. They're asking the Lord in prayer, choose one of these brothers. Let's see what they did. Verse 25, that he may take part of this ministry and apostleship from which Judas by transgression fell, that he might go to his own place. And they gave forth their lots. If you've been in the school long enough, you know that casting lots is shooting dice. That's what we've always done. That is a black thing. I don't specifically know if they played high-low or how they did it, but they cast lots. Verse 26, and they gave forth their lots, and the lot fell upon Matthias, and he was numbered with the 11 apostles. So if we just read Deuteronomy 17 and 15, that you can't vote and the Lord can only choose one of your brethren, and then we fast forward thousands of years later from Mount Sinai to after Christ passed with the 11 disciples that rolled with Jesus the Christ, these guys followed Christ to the T. They didn't vote for anybody. They said, let's go get some dice and let's pray to the Lord and cast these lots to find out who should be numbered amongst us. Why would you vote since you want to be so Christ-like? I agree.
Since we had Acts, let me get Acts 5 and 29 real quick.
Easy money. The book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. The God of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. Him have God exalted with his right Him have God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins.
So voting should not be in the hands of a heathen. Well, we were talking about in Deuteronomy, right?
Right.
Should not be in the hands of a heathen. The Lord should be the one that chooses who should be running or be in rulership.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's not of the Lord, then who else could it be of? You know what I'm saying? Who else could it be of if it's not of the Lord? Obviously, we did not cast lots. We did not sit there and take heed to the Lord's message of what he wrote down in Acts 5 and 29.
Right.
So who's responsible of this voting and this choosing of who is coming into authority?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. Our people don't know the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
God chooses who's in authority. God already made his choice of who's supposed to be in authority. If Christ is not in authority, why are we sitting over here taking time out of our day to get up and go vote for heathen rulership? For heathen rulership. You know what I mean?
Right.
Heathen dictatorship. Why are we taking that time out of our day? You know what I'm saying? Like it's only common sense. You know what I mean? And then like when you bring up the Bible, like people get so thrown off because their spirit is so attached to America and this
Right.
place. You know what I'm saying? Once you even start to speak about, you know what I mean, things of this nature, because people will never think, oh yeah, well, we could talk about voting and it's actually written in the Bible. They so used to the Christian churches, you know what I'm saying? They would never know, you know what I mean, that the answers is always in the Bible. So once you start to talk about it, it vexes their spirit. Why? Because their spirit is truly of this place, America. It's so easy just to put your vote in and just allow someone else to tell you how to move, what to do, how much gas price is going to be, how much, you know what I'm saying, you're going to pay for rent. You know what I mean? No one has any type of fight in them anymore. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, if I may,
Oh, you
the
good?
president don't even decide none of that.
Right.
The legislative branch decides what prices will be. The legislative branch, that Congress, senators, those are the people actually deciding or quote unquote making the laws. Then it goes to the executive branch, which would be the president, the governor, and the mayor. See, it's something so small like that. They don't even know that. They just believe I'm gonna vote for Trump or Biden, and that's what it's gonna be. Yeah. Obama even came out and said it however many years ago, talking about black people wanted me to be able to just do this for them, and I couldn't. He just literally told you he doesn't have any power. Mm-hmm. The executive branch has no power. The executive branch only can say, I'm vetoing or passing a bill. The reason why they would veto or pass a bill is because it's hand-to-hand contact. It's politics. Right. It's hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Give me your delegates in your state. I'll pass this bill. Hey, you don't want to give me your delegates? Don't worry about it. I won't pass this bill. We'll let the Democratic Party or the Republican Party run Congress and Senate in the next decade. Right. This is a false matter. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull that in a minute. But these are false matters that people are voting for and don't even understand it. They just, like you said, mass manipulation and mass persuasion, and they just go do it because this is all they know. So like,
because when we was in school, we thought that, oh yeah, the president is the one who called all the shots, and the reason why, you know what I mean, that's why we vote for him, because he's going to be the one to dictate, oh yeah, how the price is going to look, how much we're going to get paid, how much, you know what I mean, out of pure ignorance. And they allowed us to feel like that too. Right. You know what I'm saying? And going on your point of what Obama said, like, what Kamala Harris, is that her name?
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, what did she say when they asked her about, you know what I mean, solving the problems of black people? She said, there is not just a black issue, it's an American issue. Completely, just the whole MLK theory, just all blended in one statement. You know what I mean? There is no more black issue. You know what I mean? Once we sat over here and felt like we got rights, which we was getting our rights taken more so than getting them given, our rights were being taken because now we have to blend with the serpent. Right. Now we have to allow the serpent to dictate how we live and what we do as far as a living. You know what I'm saying? But she said it's not, there's not just a single black issue. We don't look at it as just a black issue. It's an American issue.
Come on, man.
Completely just denying any type of, but when it comes to Gaza or when it comes to Israel, oh no, it's an Israel issue.
Right.
No, it's a Ukraine issue.
Right.
Man, we need to go help the Ukrainians. But when it comes to us, we just Americans. So we gave up all rights of being a culture, being a people. So now we can't even ask for anything. We can't even sit here and be like, oh yeah, black people are being oppressed. How can you help us? Well, I mean, by helping you, we got to help all America. If we help America, we help black people. You know what I'm saying? Or Hispanics. Oh, they're oppressing us. They're throwing us in jails. They're trying to take our people off the borders and put them in cages and stuff like that. Well, if we're gonna help you, we got to help America. If America gets helped, that's the only way we can help Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Our people are dying on these reservations. You know what I'm saying? How can you guys help us? It's a drug epidemic. It's an alcohol epidemic going on in these reservations. How are you going to help us as Native Americans? Well, if we're going to help the Native Americans, we're going to have to help Americans. That's the only way that we can be able to help is by helping America. Because no longer is it your issue because you gave those rights up by getting rights, by fighting and protesting for the rights to be equal. Right. Now you're one of us. Now you're one of us. You're one of us. So no longer are you just black anymore. You're American. Right. So any type of issue you have, even though we're going to give you issues, we're going to segregate you. It's like not segregate you, but we're going to oppress you. We're going to beat you and abuse you. We're going to put majority of you in prison. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be an American issue because you guys fought so hard to be equal with us. Now we can just entitle you as Americans. Oh, this American got shot and killed by the police. This American is pushed into the cages at the borderline, or this non-American is pushed in the cages in the borderline, and nobody knows what we're gonna do with that family. But at the end of the day, they weren't Americans. So you know what I mean? Like we are blended in so we can be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Pushed into a corner, into a dark alley in a corner, so we can be destroyed. No longer can we ask for anything because we asked to be equal. I mean, you don't see Asians asking to be equal. They don't want to be considered as Americans. They want to be considered as their own culture. Right. In America. You know what I'm saying? Which is why they're able to put these liquor stores in black communities and get these business loans to be able to, you know what I mean, take all these businesses from our communities because they fight as a unit in their culture. We don't have a culture anymore. Now we're just considered Americans. You know what I'm saying? But what you got on that, my brother?
I was just going to get who can vote. I wanted to bring out the requirements of voting and show you the flaw in the requirements of people who can vote. So you can vote in U.S. federal. So the question was who can vote on USA.gov. You can vote in U.S. federal, state, and local elections if you are a U.S. citizen, meet your state's residency requirements, are 18 years old on or before election day, and are registered to vote by your state's voter registration deadline. North Dakota does not require voter registration. That's it. So you can be the biggest racist in the world, and you can vote. There's no requirement, no moral requirement for your vote. Do you think people voted for Obama? You think black people voted for Obama because of the long history of politics he's had, for all the changes he has done in the Senate or in Congress? You think black people voted for Barack Obama because of all the great things he has done in politics? No. Black people voted for Obama because he looks black. Right. Do you think women voted for and they also voted because he had Michelle Obama? Do you think women voted for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris because of the great things they've ever done? Do you think women sat out there and was like, I'm gonna vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris because they are just such great people? They have high standards and they've done so much for us. Right. They voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Why? Because they were tired of Trump, because Trump was grabbing women by the thing, and they saw a woman. That's why women voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Because they was like, well, if Joe Biden fails, we have our first woman president. Woo! Don't know a position on anything.
Woman of color was what they said.
Woman of color at that.
Woman of color.
We've changed. We're in America. No one
is Elon. That is an Elamite.
Elamite. She's East Indian. Let me tell you something. You think people are voting for Trump prior because of the great things Trump has done in politics? Trump was never a politician. Trump was only a businessman. Right. Trump had a TV show. He has a TV show and a business. You think people was voting for Trump because of all the great things he's done in office? Because of all the things he's done in Congress, in Senate? No. They voted for Trump because they're racist. That's why they voted for Donald Trump. They voted for Trump because he said he's going to put up a border to keep the Mexicans out. And all those Texans and all these Californians and Arizonians and New Mexicans and all the New Yorkers and Floridians, they're saying we are tired of these immigrants and we're going to we need somebody to put a border up to keep these no good beaners out of here. That's why they wanted. That's why they wanted that. No one is voting because of good politics, because of moral standards. You're only voting based off how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
You are sick and you're weak in the head, and that is why your country is falling.
Right.
That's why your country is falling. Why? Because you go against the Bible.
Right.
And black people, guess what? You follow right behind them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be an American so bad, you're going to die with America.
Right.
You want to vote so bad, you're going to die voting. You remember Vote or Die by P. Diddy? Yeah.
Vote and die.
And die. That's a priest over there if you did not know that. That's a priest right there. Vote and die. That's what's been happening. You've been dying your whole life and you've been voting your whole life and you still have come to no solution about what is happening in your neighborhood. You've been voting since Ronald freaking Reagan. You've been voting since the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. You've been voting that long. And your black behind is still getting shot down in the street.
Right.
Why hasn't anything changed? The police aren't even getting any worse. Police are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Back then they were sicking dogs on you. Now they just shoot you down. They don't even care. Hey, but you still gonna go vote. You still gonna go vote for that police commissioner.
Right.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're just doing it because you don't have a solution. We're trying to give you the solution. And it's lucky that we speak so harsh to you, but we have to because it's only harshness out of frustration. We truly care about you. We're truly telling you to stop voting. Stop worrying about what they got going on. They're not worried about what you got going on. You think they give a damn that your cousin just got unalived and that your cousin didn't even have an insurance policy and you got to come out of pocket? And because you don't have enough money, you can't even give your cousin a proper burial. You have to what it is? You have to cremate them.
Mm-hmm.
You think they care? They don't care about. Do you think they care because the school you go to, there's fights in that school, and there's 35 students to one teacher? Do you think they give a damn about that? You think when George Bush made the No Child Left Behind Act, you think he was doing that for you? No, he made that so white schools, private white schools, and public white schools and neighborhoods could get funding, and those ghetto black schools could not receive any funding. That is why he made that.
Right.
You have no. You voted for George Bush, and he left all those blacks and Haitians stuck in goddamn New Orleans in 2005 and Hurricane Katrina, dying by the thousands. You think a president gives a damn about you? You think George Bush was the worst president? Do you know how many quotes we have from presidents? Do you know quotes from Dwight D. Eisenhower, and Lyndon B. Johnson, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln? You just go look it up. No president gives a damn about you. They didn't give a damn about you back then. Guess what, buddy? They don't give a damn about you now.
Shoot, I had a point with what you were saying. Oh no, going back to Obama too, like that man right there. Bro. It's funny because we ran to him, you know what I mean, thinking that we were going to receive something better.
Come on, man.
Finally, honestly, I think majority of the people just went because the look of things. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out that this is your pioneer for homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? We ran because we thought he looked just like us. We thought he was from the same nationality as us.
Come on.
He ended up being a pioneer for the rainbow community.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like let's get to the precepts. Let's get to the precepts because just like the way that they're playing with us and our mental state, you know what I mean? it's almost degrading. Like it is degrading. It's degrading. It's humiliating. It's like we are so uneducated, not even uneducated. We are just so ignorant to what's going on that even if you mention reparations, they'll laugh at you. They'll have absolutely no interest in that conversation at all. It's not even something that needs to even be built up. But all in all, at the end of the day, does it stop us from going out and feeling like we need to be outstanding Americans? Does it stop us from feeling like that we need to fit in by playing their same sport that they want us to play, while without asking for anything? You know what I mean? At least people with certain finances can be like, all right, I'm gonna vote for this person because my taxes, they're gonna be a little bit more lenient on my taxes. You know what I mean? They're not gonna use me as a tax outlet. You know what I'm saying? We as a people can't even think to ourselves like we're a unit. We are not. We're not even a unit anymore. We're just Americans. But go ahead, Lonzo. You got something?
I wanted to bring out what Trump said just recently. Donald Trump says, a lot of people said that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against, and they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing, but possibly maybe there's something there. Do people not understand what this man just said? He said black people are going to vote for him because he's been indicted and he has a mugshot. That's literally what he just said. He said black people has noticed that I'm going through the same things and discrimination that they are going through. So they're going to vote for me too.
You know what the sad part about that situation is? Even he can single us out. We can't even single ourselves out.
Come on.
He can single us out. Oh, black people, they're going to come vote for me. So even he has some type of understanding of us as a people, which we don't. Because we just feel like we just average Joe Americans. You know what I'm saying? What we do is just an American issue. It's not a black issue. It's not nothing. Even he can sit there and be like, oh, yeah, you guys are oppressed. He got to tell us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the black people, they like me because, you know what I mean? They see I'm getting indicted and being treated in an unfair way. So they feel some type of relatability to me because that's the way that this country treats them. And that's how that's what it looks like they treat me.
Hey,
so,
he said, hey, man, I know they run up in your houses and kick down your doors in the ghetto.
Right.
They ran them out. 15-room mansion on an island and broke into it. We got something in common. You should vote for me. That's the mindset of voting. And that's who you're going to vote for because he just gave you $1,200 when he was in office. So that's who black people are going to vote for. And we're tired of seeing him fight.
He has the Trump threes.
Right. Come on, man.
You know, a newscaster said that. He said, well, he has a bond with the people because he put out these tennis shoes, and you know, black people, they love their shoes. God.
And you know what? He's right.
It sucks because technically,
somebody's gonna walk around. There's gonna be a black guy. You're gonna see him. He's gonna go viral because he's gonna walk around with those gold Trump ones. Do you know this man Trump? And here's how cold he is. Trump has to pay back $350 million. Mm-hmm. He's selling those shoes for $400. And he's also selling a bottle of cologne for $100. If Trump sells 1 million of those shoes, which he can sell, and he released on Sneaker Con Day, he's going to have $400 million, not including the cologne. He's going to pay off the $350 million, have $50 million plus.
That thing's already sold out. Off the shelves. Off the shelves, out the stores.
What are we talking about?
It's yeah, like I said, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and this is why Christ has to come back to give our people some common sense.
Right,
common sense. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, it's just like it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? That's the only word I could just come up with. It's just embarrassing now. We're not even respected as a unit anymore. Like we are the lowest of the low. They ain't gotta promise us nothing. They don't have to appease anything in our communities. They don't have to do nothing. They ain't even gotta promise us. If they sat there and said, black people, if y'all vote for me, I'm gonna make sure that every black person get $50.
I need that.
That we will be lined up around the corner for that $50. That's how little they done for us.
To go smoke it up.
We'll all line up to go vote for that particular person who offered every black person $50. $50.
That's a 3.5. Boy.
That's more. That $50 will be more for us than they've ever done for us ever.
Right.
So we'll feel singled out. We'll feel like, oh, this particular person, they actually like us. Let's go. But they don't even got to do that. They don't have to even mention us. They don't even have to bring our names up. We don't even need. We are not even considered into context. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't like the black community is not in their meetings.
Come on.
They're not going to talk about us because for that simple reason. All we have to do is do something. Just make an appearance to a BET award. Have Jay-Z say he likes you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Have that good old boy Kanye West. Make him go tell the people in the interview, hey, go vote for this, vote for me.
They're gonna go do it.
You have to do. You know what I mean? Have that one good boy, Jay-Z. He's a good one. Yeah, he's with us. Go ahead and tell that good boy to tell his people to come vote for me.
Come on
now. You know what I'm saying? Tell them put a nice little tune out for them. So a nice little jingle that they'll you know what I mean, like those black people like.
They like to dance.
A good jingle. They like to.
That's crazy.
They like to dance. You know what I'm saying? They put out a jingle with my name in it.
Dude, we're so easily persuaded and easily manipulated to. We're easy.
Right.
That is why the Lord called us sheep, because a sheep literally has no defense mechanism. A sheep cannot defend himself against anything. We are sheep led to the slaughter.
That's heavy.
It is literally what we are. And, oh, matter of fact, actually, Lord Christ says, I was out of one Karazai. Oh, out of one Malabar. Man, how you been, man?
Hey, Shalom Christ, true.
Lord Christ. Man, let me get to the precept. Psalms 118, verse 8. Okay. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. That's what we do. We put our confidence in man. We don't trust in the Lord. That's our problem. We put our confidence in every Caucasian man that walks by. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, we put our confidence in them. We tell him, hey, we are your children. Please give us something to eat. We beg and we beg and we beg. And you know what's funny? I know they get tired of it. I know they get tired of it. I know they be like, all right, huh, nigga? Here go a Grammy. Shut up. Huh, nigga? Here go $1,200. Shut up. I know you finna go flip it, nigga.
Yeah. Go and go smoke that thing up real quick.
Go buy
smoke that up real quick.
Go buy you a QP and go flip it. Like that's literally what they're doing. They don't care about you. Verse 9. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes. These are quality precepts that no one is bringing out.
Right.
No one's bringing out Deuteronomy 17, 15. No one is bringing out Psalms 118, 8, 9. You're not bringing out Acts, the first chapter. You're not bringing out Acts 5. These are things that show you who you should put your trust in. The Lord will choose for you. And guess what? The Lord hasn't chose a person for you until Commander Young. And you still place that at naught. The Lord has never chose one of these white presidents for you. And guess what? You still go choose them. And you fail. Your communities are worse than they've ever been. Your communities are ravished.
Man.
They were just shooting over here last Saturday. No, the Saturday just passed. Just lighting the block up at 4:30 in the morning. For what? What you think you're gonna vote that out of here? You think the president you're gonna get, he's just gonna go vote that up out of here? They don't give a damn. We paying all this tax money. The streets are ruthless.
Right.
I was up there in Oakland with Karanyala, Karanyala. We was riding down MacArthur. MacArthur is the worst street in America. That has so many bumps, so many speed bumps, so many potholes. I'm like, what are they doing up here?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? All those black people who stayed off MacArthur in 78 and 79, you know what they did today? They went to vote.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right. Shoot, I got another preset. Exodus 23:1.
Of course. You think that's not in my precept book as well, sir? there.
Right.
There.
I'm gonna read it. I'll read it. The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Just going with that real quick. Put not your hand with the wicked, the people who seek to destroy you.
Come on.
And the Orgy Mike theory. You know what I'm saying? Orgy Mike syndrome. Going with the oppressor instead of going away from them. You know what I'm saying? It says, put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Verse 2. Thou shalt not. Ooh, let me read that again.
Yep.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. That's exactly what you're doing when you get out and go vote.
Every time.
Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment. So following the trend is a sin, especially when you're going out doing evil to your brother.
Come on.
Because when you are electing these heathens, you're just pretty much saying the person who died last year or from the last 4 years didn't. Right. You know what I'm saying? Are people being oppressed and kicked out of their homes and not be able to pay their rent? And because when they lifted up that coronavirus thing, you know what I mean, people's getting kicked out of their homes.
Kicked out.
And people are getting kicked out. Well, they gave every tenant the opportunity to be able to kick you out your homes, even though you can't go to work because they don't want you there. They don't want people, too many gatherings of people.
Right.
They don't want you certain jobs or slaves. They booted you up out of there. But I mean, people didn't have a slave, and they obviously didn't have a home because they got rid of that restriction of you being protected if you weren't able to pay your mortgage or your rent for that month or the month after the month after.
Come on.
Now it's like, go find a way. Those restrictions are off now. Go find a way. You know what I mean? You got fired. Hey, that ain't our problem. Go find a way. You know what I'm saying? So you pretty much saying that those people who are homeless right now on the streets, losing their children, losing their lives, just didn't matter. Because I'm going to go redo this whole routine, like you were saying. It's just a routine now. It's not even something that it's just, you just do it just to do it.
Right.
You don't think about the cause and effect. Right. You don't think about the actions you're doing. You just do it. Oh, this is my birthday. I have to celebrate. I have to get drunk. I have to act a fool. I have to get belligerent. I have to get out of my mind and high and stupid. And I have to be a slut because it's my birthday today.
It's my birthday. It's about me.
This is the day I'm supposed to do it.
As if you don't do it. As if you don't do it every weekend.
As if you don't do it every weekend. But this is the particular day out the year.
I'm the biggest slut.
I have to be the biggest slut, the biggest drunk, the biggest crackhead, weedhead, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I have to be the biggest of the worst of me because this is the day I'm supposed to do it. It's routine. This is just what all I know. This is all I know.
This voting day. I got to be the biggest American ever.
I have to be an American
today. I was an American every day, but today,
practice my rights for the ones who lost their lives to do
it. What? Hey, can we drop down to verse 7, Baba Gashai? Exodus 23:7.
Real quick.
That's
I've
crazy.
seen people die from fentanyl, die from crack.
Right.
Do you honor those people by going out and being the biggest crackhead junkie that you can be?
Drug dealer.
You know what I'm saying? Only because somebody died for something that was useless doesn't mean that you have to redo what they did in order to die.
Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying? That's a horrible excuse. But what was the precepts like?
2 and 3 and 7. I
Which
just
one?
want the first part. Verse 7.
Verse 7 of this Exodus?
Come on, sir.
It's like Exodus 23, right?
Come on, sir.
Okay. The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 7. Hold on real quick. Keep thee far from a false matter.
That's all we need.
That's it?
That's all we need. What else do we need?
Yeah,
That
really.
whole thing is politicians.
Right.
Everyone knows for you to be the good politician, you have to be a liar.
Right. God.
You have to be a liar. You have to be a false witness. You have to be a liar. You have to stand up there and promise people something that you're not going to give them. You don't even have, you know what's funny? They don't even have the intentions on giving you what they're promising you. They know they're lying. They're reading off a teleprompter telling you, I'm going to give you this. My fellow Americans, blah, 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 blah. Vote for me, blah, 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 blah.
So, like, I don't want you to lose your point. I just want to add on what you just said just now because I don't want to lose it either. Joe Biden,
yeah,
the college relief form, whatever it was, the college debt relief, he sat there and told the people straight up, we're not doing that no more. That's not going to happen.
Come
I
on,
you that, but it's not happening. So, like, I ain't want to ruin your.
It's legit. He just said it. All the people was like, "Ooh, I ain't got no more college debt." Yes, you do. And if you don't pay it back, the Sally Mae is coming for your taxes, buddy.
Man,
even though Joe Biden told you, he promised you that this was gonna happen. Guess what? Sally Mae is coming for them taxes, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have a problem. Here's your problem. You're delusional and you're stupid.
Yes.
There you go. If let's just break it down, you're delusional and you're stupid, and you get played like some $2 whore, and they don't even leave the money on the dresser. You're stupid. You should stop voting. You go out voting every 4 years, and nothing has changed. That is literally the definition of ignorance. You're doing the same thing over and over and over, and you're expecting different results. How? You're voting between two white people every year, and they treat you the same.
Man,
you chose an African a decade ago, however long ago it was, and you got treated the same. Matter of fact, worse. I think black people got shot more than Obama whenever he was in office than any time ever.
Obama gave absolutely nothing to blacks and was in there for 2 terms straight.
8 years.
It wasn't no, y'all find out I'm full of crap, and then now I got to skip a election just like Trump. No, it was 8 consecutive years.
Come on,
back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? Consecutive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That means one after the mother.
That's funny.
But this is the thing: 8 years straight with broken not even a promise. I don't think he even promised black people anything. He just went in the image of a black person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He promised no black things at all. He didn't say, "Oh, black people, we gonna make sure we get the." No, he would make appearances to BET Awards and stuff like that, and you know what I mean, certain urban channels, but he never said he was gonna do anything. He just like, "Hey, it's me.
Hey.
What's up? It's me. Y'all know what time it is. It's me."
He went up there and just did his little 2-step.
Yeah,
like, I got him now.
He's like, "I got them. Oh, they gonna love this."
I got P. Diddy and Young G's on my side. They gonna vote for me now. Like, Lord.
As soon as he stepped into that BET Awards, they should have shut the music off.
What?
They should have shut everything off and said, "Hey, Obama, what you gonna do for
black people?" hey, give destroy the con out of a con, sir.
And see the look on his face as he sat there and it's like
He really was. He really was.
Hey,
He was dance.
you know what I'm gonna do for y'all? Watch this.
Oh boy, you coon, bro.
That's
That's
what I'm gonna do
crazy.
for y'all. Watch this. You know what I'm saying? But select it. Nah, like real talk. Like not even to laugh about it because it's really a serious
Right.
a Stockholm syndrome that our people are suffering from. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
right.
This is a serious issue with us. It's a mentality that we don't choose to try to debate. When even if you tell somebody the hell you going out and go vote for, they will try to argue you and look at you as if you the enemy.
You
Why
right.
wouldn't you? Why you didn't go? You know what I'm saying?
Voting.
That Stockholm syndrome is you know what I mean? Just to be on a serious note, like it's so destructive. Like that serpent got us completely twisted,
Come on, man.
completely just twisted in a bind. Like it don't even need to work no more. It'll allow you to work for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't need, the system has already been set. Now you're just gonna continue to keep passing this ignorance down from generation to generation to generation. Watch what I do, and you're going to do it. You're gonna watch me go vote. You know what I mean? You're gonna go do it. You're gonna go watch me go in this church. You're
Right.
gonna go do it. And then at the end of the day, we'll tell you that this is what you need to do to be a good person.
Come on.
This is what you need to do to be accepted, so you
Right.
can be a human. This is what their definition of being a human is: doing what they do. Go and do it.
Precept.
You got it? You got one?
I got one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Proverbs 8 and 15. And before I get to the precept,
Mhm.
people think their vote matters. Well, God is going to prove you wrong that your vote does not matter.
Mhm.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 15. By me, kings reign, and princes decree justice. The Lord is letting you know through wisdom that by him, kings reign.
Mhm.
By him, princes reign. He decides who he wants to be the leader. He decides who he wants to run a nation. You don't have a choice in it. You don't have a choice. You think you matter. That's your problem. You think you're a main character in life, and you think your vote matters because that's what they tell you.
Mhm.
They've sold you a lie. There are, I don't know how many millions of people in America, and you think your vote matters.
Mhm.
You think the Lord is not setting this up? Let me tell you something. Here's what you're doing when you're going out to vote. You're voting for the best smelling piece of crap. This one right here, this bathroom don't stink that much.
Oh my gosh.
This bathroom here, you know how we got them 2 bathrooms in the school? The first one don't smell like the second one, whoever clogged up in there. That's how they do it. They say, ain't stinking here, but this will smell a little bit less.
Yeah, it don't smell as bad.
That's what you do. You go vote. Lord, and the Lord is giving, look at who the Lord is giving you your options of.
Mhm.
He's giving you crap options. And you choose. You can't even decide to just say, hey, look, you don't even have the mindset to say, I'm not going to vote.
Right.
Until you provide me with somebody, like you brought out earlier, until you provide me with somebody who gives a damn about what we're talking about and going through. I'm not even gonna vote.
I'm not participating in this sport.
Come on, in this sport. I'm picking up my ball and I'm leaving.
Man. And you know what's funny is there's so many qualifications when it comes to being with your significant other.
Come on.
Oh, you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to do this, you can't cheat, you can't do this and that, you can't do this and that. But when it comes to voting to your real master, your real true, you know what I mean?
Right.
You don't claim them out loud, but we know who you run into.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no qualifications at all.
Come on.
You don't need a qualification to be an oppressor. You just have to hey, be who you are, because we already expect the worst from you. So just do what you do. But when it comes to keeping a black man in a home with his children, oh well, he had to have this qualification and this qualification, this qualification.
Come on.
When it come to oppressor, he ain't gotta do nothing.
Come
you
on.
Get to go vote anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that mindset. You know what I mean? And not even just to put it just on the women. You know what I mean? Men as well. You know what I mean? We are literally you can't drive on the street without looking in your rear view mirror for some red and blue headlights. you literally can't even be comfortable driving to your job or driving to the store without thinking, oh yeah, I might get pulled over. Could have insurance, registration, everything, license, everything could be going right, but you still looking in that mirror because of that fear that you might get pulled over one day and be oppressed. You know what I'm saying? And yet you still in fear driving to that voting booth, going to go vote for your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I don't want to say a gift destroyed the heart. True as well. If they even offered us a gift. Right. Now, we thought that Obama was going to be a gift. We thought. Right. We thought it was going to be a gift because now Black people can be taken seriously. That's how you know we really, really oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Now we can be taken seriously because we got somebody that's in the high seat. Nope. This is a rainbow community president. He wants absolutely nothing to do with you, but he gonna make sure that your child don't even know what that little thing dangling between their legs is for. Like, oh yeah, that doesn't matter. You can be a girl if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we still trying to shake that damn for that 8 years off. You know what I'm saying? Almost 8 years later, we still trying to shake that up off of us. You know what I mean? We still dealing with the Transformers, still trying to, you know what I mean, be in the restrooms with our kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? Kodash says, trust not the oppressor. I was gonna go to that too. Jeremiah 10:2. I got it right here. I'll read it. It says, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Don't be nothing like them. Why would you even choose them to rule over you? Why would you even consider yourself to be in their politics? To be, you know what I mean? Dance the dance that they want you to dance in. Right. Why would you even consider that? You know what I'm saying? None of his ways are good to us. They've never been good. We've always been oppressed and dying in his ways, and it hasn't stopped since. And yet, we still want to play their game
every time
for acceptance. We still the Stockholm syndrome. We want to be accepted by the ones who abuse us. Right. You know what I'm saying? We want to find a form of acceptance. You know what I'm saying? But you got something on that, Leslie?
Isaiah 46:9. Good. Remember the former things of old, for I am God, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me. Declaring the end from the beginning. People gloss over these scriptures as if they don't matter. He's already declared the end from the beginning. He knows who is going to be in rulership and authority. He knows who he wants to run a kingdom into the ground. Every kingdom falls. Every kingdom falls. The Egyptians fail. The Assyrians fail. Babylonians fail. Persian and Medes fail. The Grecians fail. The Romans fail. The Byzantine Empire fail. Guess what? America is falling. It is falling. And the Lord has declared that since the beginning. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done. Yeah, we haven't figured out who's going to be president yet, but guess who knows? The Lord. Your vote does not matter. Right. And the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. This is pleasure to the Lord. This is pleasurable to the Lord to choose whichever one of these devils he wants to choose to be president, because he's going to make this kingdom fall at one of their hands. That is what he's doing. And while he's doing that, he's going to be building you up. Like he's been building us up since 1969. This country has been falling since then. This country has been falling since its inception. Guess what, buddy? You can keep voting all you want. This place is going to fall. And if you keep voting, you're going to fall right along with it. We're trying to save your life. We're trying to help you. Voting is a sin. Voting is a sin, according to Deuteronomy 17:15. It is a sin. You can keep going out here voting every 4 years for whatever politician you want. It's not going to save you from the Lord's wrath. Right. It's not. We have We have more precepts if you didn't know. You got one, sir?
I just wanted to add on what you were saying.
Yes, sir.
You was telling who's winning right now?
So right now for the delegates, Trump is winning his and Biden is winning his.
So I think this is just a thought of mine. Wouldn't it be a glorious situation if Trump was to win? Because isn't he like the identity of what America is?
Exactly.
The boastfulness. You know what I'm saying? Like just his mannerism of just, oh yeah, well, you know what I mean? We gonna deal with him with an iron stick. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't it be so glorious? Because Biden's weak. Biden's a weak man.
He fell off a bike.
Boy, I can't even. I was thinking of that saying. Just like riding a bike, you know what I'm saying? He can't ride a bike no more. You know what I'm saying? His that dementia is destroying that man. So within his rulership, like I said, rulership, because that's how other nations see it, and that's how we see it. He's ruling America right now. You know what I'm saying? It makes us look weak. But wouldn't it be so glorious if Biden came in? I'm sorry, so like Trump came in and been the epiphany of what America truly is, and the Lord just sat back and destroyed the hell out of it.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I see Biden folding. I see a weakness in that man.
Right.
I don't see Trump folding. I want Trump to be just as stubborn as Pharaoh was back in Egypt.
Exactly.
You know just as what is it? What is it? Hard-hearted.
The heart puffy.
Yeah, right. I want him to be just like that. So everything that happens to him, he can continue to say, "Nope, we're Americans. We're going to keep getting through it. Nope, we're Americans."
Right.
No, let the Lord cause fire on this place, man.
Come on. Daniel 2:19, if I may. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his." Verse 21. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. This is your issue is you think you matter. Your issue is pride. We are reading. I'm bringing out precepts after precept, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, rightfully dividing the word of truth. We're bringing out these precepts and we're showing you how the Lord is setting everything up. Mm-hmm. We're showing you how the Lord sets up kings and remove kings. The Lord is the author of this. Mm-hmm. He's in control of this. And what do? You keep going against the Lord. If I may, let me drop down to verse 44. Mm-hmm. Here's what escapes your mind. We're in the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter, the 44th verse. And this is for you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. That's our kingdom. The Lord is setting this place up for failure. He's setting this place up for doom so your kingdom can come in and reign. That's heaven. America has its heaven right now. They have their heaven. The rich in America, this is their heaven. Let me tell you something, poor black man, poor Hispanic, poor Native American. Your heaven is coming. The Lord is willing to give you that. All you got to do is serve him. You choose not to, though. You choose to go vote. You choose to go vote for one oppressor over the other oppressor. Every 4 years. You're going to be 80 years old voting. You know what? I'm going to go see. I'm going to go try to find out who's the oldest person voting in November. I bet it's going to be some 95-year-old black woman getting rolled in a wheelchair to the voting booth. I'm going to go find, and there's going to be an article about it. You know why? To show you Negroes that because someone died for it, you must do it, rather it be wicked or not.
Right.
I digress.
So like, me too, man. I mean, how much can you really like beat that dead horse? You know what I'm saying? But all in all, the Stockholm syndrome part of the situation is our people are trying to find acceptance. I mean, which is what the whole Million Man March was about. I feel like really MLK was fighting for interracial marriage. That's what he was.
That's
really
what he
fighting.
wanted.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's exactly what he was really fighting for. He really just wanted to walk around with his white woman and feel accepted. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, that mentality of thinking has been the full-blown situation of destruction. You know, one of my favorite memes is that, you know what I mean? It's not even a meme. It's like, you know what I mean? It's one of them little social media things, but it's like black people finally getting their rights, and then they go to a white restaurant and they just like, wait a minute, is them raisins in that potato salad?
This is disgusting.
We die for this.
This is disgusting.
Wait a minute, we sat over here and fought for our rights to be accepted into this terrible tasting restaurant to drink out of this water fountain who nobody gives a damn about.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you know they were getting hosed in the white people was like, get out of our restaurant. And they said, no, I'm gonna sit here and eat. So they got hosed. Do you know the pressure of a fire hose? It can kill you. They was seeking German shepherds. I am scared of dogs. Terrified. Yeah, dogs is why I am terrified. I have to have a pocket knife because I'm gonna give that dog the business. This dog, this German shepherd, is biting your behind, and he is strong as I don't know what. Just so you can go eat potato salad with raisins in it. You the new fool.
Do you remember that photo with the sister and I think it was sister and a brother, and I think like two other people. They sit down and they getting ice cream poured on them, and
yes,
a whole bunch of food, just being completely humiliated just to be able to sit in that restaurant. How many Caucasian restaurants do you really see in this time period?
Come on.
Why is it that now that we have a right to be able to sit in whatever restaurant we want to, why are we still gravitating to Hispanic restaurants, to soul food restaurants, Jamaican restaurants? We don't even want their food.
Right.
It's like, just look at the knowledge of the whole situation. We don't want what they have. Right. They have nothing that we feel that we want any entitlement with. We're running to our, Salaya, the things that they try to deem as far as expensive, you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, delicate. We run to those things like the Louis Vuittons, the Gucci's, all that stuff like that. But that's in a mental, that's another mental state. Because what's wrong with the things that we wear? Right. You look how weird Gunna was looking wearing all of that stuff with in his recent photo. Right. With his big old puffy boots, and he looked like a full-blown just a mess. I can't even just say it.
A mess. You like a mess.
Like a mess. That's it. He looked like, you know what I mean? Like he looked like he fell in multiple people's closets and just walked out with whatever he got on. But our perspective is this is elegant. This is the fad. This is what we supposed to follow. Right. They have absolutely nothing that is actually we can call delicate. Right. Only because they say it's delicate, and it's a mind trick. Only because we hear it in the music and the songs and see it in the movies. It's a mind trick. But really, if you step into them stores and they didn't have that spell on you, you wouldn't even think nothing about it. You would be like, "Oh, I'm about to go over here to freaking whatever urban store we got." You know what I mean? And dress the way I want to dress. Sir. You know what I'm saying? But that's the mindset we in. That's the thing that we in. We don't want anything. Technically, we really don't want anything to do with them. We're not going out of our way to go take a vacation to Russia. Right. We're not going out of our way to go take a vacation to Germany. We're going to like Bahamas or Mexico or the DR. You know what I mean? These are the places we see as, you know what I mean, a vacation spot. We're going to what we fought to die for to not be in. Right. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Well, we could have just had our own, We could have just been in our own train of thought, our own culture.
Right.
We could have just played where we were right at,
Right.
and just did better in finding what it is that we needed to stand together and be a culture. You know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all feel like y'all want to oppress us? Fine, we'll make oppression look cool. You know what I mean? Y'all not to you, but we'll make oppression cool on our behalf.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is what we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what we've been doing. Where do you think Nike and them all came from? You know what I'm saying? We wanted our own style. We wanted our own, you know what I'm saying? So they built their industries off of what we thought were cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
So technically, if in my perspective, they died for nothing.
You die for nothing.
You died to have a right to be able to be accepted from the people who hate you the most.
Who
You
don't
didn't
want
die to be able to use their water fountain. You didn't die to go be able to be in their schools. You know what I'm saying? You died because you just wanted acceptance. And you thought it was going to take away the oppression, which it didn't.
And
That's
if
all
I
I know.
may,
No, you good.
that's why this school is so important. This is the only school. People cannot understand this. They think this is just like the new Black Panther Party or like the Brown Berets. This is none of that. None of that nonsense. This ain't no civil rights movement. This is none of that. This ain't no Haitian revolution. Congratulations to the Haitians for actually for doing that revolution. But this is none of that.
All right.
This is literally spiritual. This is the only place on the planet Earth where blacks and browns can really unite, where you can come to your own culture and not have to worry about being oppressed. You won't be oppressed in here. You won't get treated horribly in here. You won't get talked down upon in here. No one will put hands on you in here. And if something is to happen, you get justice in here. You're not going to get that out there with them oppressors. You go to that Christian church every week and haven't learned a damn thing. You're going to vote for who your pastor tells you to vote for. You don't even have your own mind. You go to that Christian church every week and learn nothing. You've learned nothing. This Christian church is only around because you have nothing else to cling on to. You have to have a religion because you don't have any knowledge of God. You don't have any knowledge of spirituality, so you have to grab on to religion. And once you grab on to religion, you grab on to voting. You grab on to eating pork. You grab on to frivolous sex. You grab on to being an adulterer and adulteress. You grab on to eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. All these things you've taken a hold of from Christianity, and guess what? It's going to doom you. You're going to do all these things in the name of religion, and you're going to be so confused because there's so many religions. There are so many religions out here on the earth. You don't know which one to follow. Here's some advice. You follow us. You follow us. Every other religion is built off sin. Every other religion is built off of lies. Why don't you come follow us? You want to go be a Muslim? Guess what? They beat the hell out of women over there. A Muslim guy got into it with his Muslim girlfriend or wife, his Muslim wife. He rigged up the stove so when she went to go use it, it blew up on her.
Oh, man.
Go be a Muslim. Go do that. Do you know what Christians do? They beat their women. You know what Christians do? They have sex with their woman and then they go have sex with their man. That's on the down low. That's what Christians do. There are literally LGBTQ members in the Christian church. Your leader allows them. You know why? Because your leader likes them. He allows that.
Man.
And you think we're tripping? That's why you vote. That is why you go vote, because you follow the Christian church, you follow religion. We're giving you the alternative. That's why the scriptures say he's going to raise up the apostles last, because everything else you've ever followed in your life has failed you. This school will not fail you. One West. I digress.
Man, with that, we're going to say the water for tuning in. I mean, everybody who sat back in class, the water for checking in into the chat. You know what I'm saying? We see you, brothers. We see you, sisters. know what I'm saying? We're gonna say Barakatah Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai to the brothers. So like it.
Y'all was all up about shimmy how was shot to the sisters.
I'm over there like Barakatah Yahweh, why all in the chat too.
All of the chat is crazy.
All in the chat. Hold on. It says, follow the apostle doctrine according to Acts. Ooh, you came right on time. We was just about to leave. Thank you, Antoine. We was just about to bees out. So you'll pass on following this, huh?
What is the apostles' doctrine? So here's Acts 2:42. Okay. And they continue steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine, in fellowship, and in breaking of bread and in prayer. What is the apostles' doctrine? So the apostles follow Christ. Is Christ's doctrine to go vote, to eat pork, to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster? What do you think, Antoine 674?
Yeah, like what did you even mean by that? You put the precept up there, and to break bread and prayer. Is that what you think is going to save black people? Is that what you do? What you like? Are you even black? Like, okay, Antoine? I mean, honestly, I know you probably done left the chat already.
Yeah, that's what they do.
He probably ran as soon as he seen he was being acknowledged. He tried to put that in as soon as we was giving a salute. So like, oh yeah, let me get him out of here. They're not gonna say nothing to me. They just go, you know what I mean? They're gonna bypass me real quick.
He's an IUIC member.
Let me tell you something. You gotta be. No, you should go. Matter of fact, don't follow us. Go to IUIC. You gonna fit. You gonna love it over there. Trust me. You love it there for sure. Because they break bread up in there, boy. They break bread up in there.
They break other things too, buddy. Butt breaking.
All right, man. Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Barak the thumb to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, the thumb by Shem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. Water for y'all tuning in. Antoine, come to next week class if you want to, man. Come on, a little bit earlier next time, man. You know what I mean?
We're here.
Please. Bring another precept too.
Please.
Go on.
All right.